everyone. Welcome back to English Podcast, Real English for Real Life. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Mike. Today we're tackling something that causes a lot of stress for English learners, dealing with difficult names.
Whether your name is challenging for English speakers to pronounce, or you're struggling to remember someone else's difficult name, this episode will give you concrete strategies.
If you're new here, subscribe to English Podcast for daily English practice.
By the end of this episode, you'll have 5 specific techniques for your own name, plus respectful ways to handle other people's difficult names.
The biggest worry we hear is, what if people can't pronounce my name? So let's start there with practical solutions.
When your name is difficult for English speakers, you have 5 main strategies. Each one works in different situations, so understanding when to use each one is key.
Strategy 1 is simplification. This means taking your full name and offering a shorter, easier version that keeps the same sound pattern. This works best when your name has clear syllables that can be shortened.
For example, if your name is Xiomara, the Zio part is much easier for English speakers because it's only 2 syllables instead of 4. Let me show you how this sounds in practice.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Xiomara, but you can call me Zio. Notice how I give both versions. This shows respect for my full name while offering an easier option.
That works really well because you're not abandoning your real name. You're just giving people an accessible entry point. Another good example is Rajesh to Raj. Same idea. It's still clearly connected to the original name.
Exactly. Strategy 2 is using an adapted English name. This is different from simplification because you're choosing a completely different name that may not sound like your original at all. This works well in professional settings or when you want to make things very easy for English speakers.
The key here is choosing names that have some connection to your original name, either in meaning or in the first letter. For instance, if your name is Francisco, Frank is the traditional English equivalent. They're linguistically related.
Right. Or if your name is Muhammad, a very common Arabic name, you might choose Mike. These names aren't similar in sound, but they both start with M, which helps people remember the connection.
Strategy 3 is the breakdown method. This is perfect when your name has an unusual spelling that doesn't match English pronunciation patterns. You spell out your name clearly so people can connect the letters to the sounds.
This technique works because English speakers often struggle when they see a name written down but don't know how to pronounce it. By spelling it out, you're teaching them the connection. Here's how it sounds. My name is Yuki. Y-U-K-I. Yuki.
Notice how Lucy said the name, then spelled it slowly, then said it again. That repetition helps people remember both the spelling and the pronunciation.
Strategy 4 is comparison to familiar words. This works when your name has sounds that exist in English but in unexpected combinations. You break down your name using English words people already know.
This is really clever because you're using the English speaker's existing vocabulary to teach them your name. Can you give us an example?
Sure. Let's say my name is Saoirse, an Irish name. I could say, I'm Saoirse. It's like Saoirse. Seer like someone who sees the future, and sha like the sound you make when you want someone to be quiet.
That's brilliant because now the person has 2 familiar English concepts to remember. Seer and sha. Their brain can store those easily.
And strategy 5 is the write-it-down approach. This is perfect for professional situations, networking events, or any time when people need to remember your name for later use, like in emails or official documents.
The beauty of this strategy is that it takes the pressure off the verbal pronunciation completely. You simply say, "Let me write my name down for you." This works especially well when you're exchanging business cards or contact information.
Now, here's something important. You can combine these strategies. You might start with simplification in casual conversation, but use the write-it-down method in professional settings.
Should we practice one of these strategies so people can hear how it flows in real conversation?
Absolutely. I'll use the breakdown method. Let's say you're meeting me at a networking event, and my name is Bhavesh.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Bhavesh.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Of course. Bhavesh. B-H-A-V-E-S-H. Bhavesh. But if that's difficult, you can call me Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Nice to meet you.
See how I combine the breakdown method with simplification? I spelled it out clearly, repeated it, then offered an easier alternative.
That's perfect because you gave the person multiple ways to succeed. They could learn your full name, or they could use the simpler version. No pressure, just options.
Let's hear that conversation one more time so people can practice along. Hi, I'm Bhavesh.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Of course. Bhavesh. B-H-A-V-E-S-H. Bhavesh. But if that's difficult, you can call me Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Nice to meet you. Now let's talk about the specific phrases that make these strategies work smoothly.
Having the right phrases ready makes all the difference. These aren't just polite expressions. They're tools that help people feel comfortable asking for help and trying to get your name right.
The first essential phrase is, "It's pronounced." This phrase signals that you're about to teach them something, so they should pay attention. It's much clearer than just repeating your name.
For example, if your name is Maria and people are saying it like Mariah, you would say, "My name is Maria." It's pronounced Maria, not Mariah. The contrast helps them understand the difference.
The next key phrase is, "You can call me." This gives people explicit permission to use an easier version of your name. Permission is important because some people worry about being disrespectful if they use a shortened version.
Right. You can call me removes that worry completely. It tells them you're offering this alternative willingly.
If someone gets your name wrong after you've introduced yourself, use actually. This phrase is gentle but clear. It corrects without making the person feel bad about their mistake.
And here's a really useful phrase. Most people call me. This is perfect when you want to normalize using your nickname or simplified version. It tells people that lots of others use this version, so it's totally acceptable.
For spelling situations, use "Let me spell that for you," or "It's spelled." These phrases prepare the person to listen carefully to the spelling.
By the way, if you're finding this useful, hit that like button and share this with friends or family who are learning English. It really helps us out.
Now, what about the other side of this situation? What do you do when someone else has a difficult name?
This is just as important as managing your own name, and it's really about showing respect and building relationships. The first principle is simple. Always make an effort. Never just give up and avoid using someone's name.
Exactly. When you avoid using someone's name, you're essentially saying it's not important enough for you to learn. That can hurt relationships, especially in professional settings.
If you don't catch someone's name clearly the first time, the best phrase is, "Sorry, could you repeat your name?" This shows you care about getting it right, and most people appreciate that effort.
You can also ask, "How do you pronounce your name?" This phrase is particularly good because it acknowledges that there's a correct way to say it, and you want to learn that correct way.
If you're still struggling after they've repeated it, you can ask, "Could you say that again slowly?" This gives you more time to process the sounds and syllables.
Now, here's an important technique. Repeat their name back to them with a questioning tone. This lets them confirm whether you got it right without directly asking, "Did I say that correctly?"
For example, if someone says their name is Priya, you would respond, "Nice to meet you, Priya," with that questioning intonation at the end.
That questioning tone is key because it shows you're checking, not assuming you got it right.
If you're really struggling even after multiple attempts, you can ask, "Do you have a nickname I could use?" But only ask this if you've genuinely tried to learn their full name first.
And here's something many people don't think about. If you forget someone's name later in the conversation or at a future meeting, it's better to ask again than to keep avoiding their name.
Absolutely. You can say, "I'm sorry. Could you remind me of your name?" People usually prefer honesty over avoidance.
Let's practice these techniques with some real examples so people can hear how this works.
Let's start with me playing someone with a challenging name. And Mike, you try to handle it respectfully. I'll be Chiwetel, which is a Nigerian name.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'm Chiwetel.
Hi. I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Chiwetel. It's pronounced Chiwetel. But most people call me Chi.
Chiwetel. Got it. Nice to meet you, Chiwetel. And thank you for the nickname option too.
Perfect. Notice how Mike repeated my full name first to show he was trying to learn it, then acknowledged the nickname option. That shows real respect.
Now let me try a challenging one. I'll be Deirdre, an Irish name, and you practice the techniques.
Okay, let's do it.
Hello, I'm Deirdre.
Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce your name?
It's Deirdre, Deirdre. It's Irish.
Deirdre. What a beautiful name. Nice to meet you, Deirdre.
Excellent. Lucy asked for pronunciation help, repeated it back to confirm, and then used my name in her response.
Let's hear that conversation one more time for practice.
Hello, I'm Deirdre.
Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce your name?
It's Deirdre, Deirdre. It's Irish.
Deirdre. What a beautiful name. Nice to meet you, Deirdre.
The key in both examples was being respectful, making an effort, and not giving up. People really appreciate when you try to get their name right.
And remember, it's okay to ask for help. Most people would rather help you learn their name correctly than have you avoid using it altogether.
Let's quickly review your action steps. For your own difficult name, you have 5 strategies: simplification, English adaptation, breakdown spelling, comparison to familiar words, and writing it down.
Use phrases like, "You can call me," "It's pronounced," and "Most people call me," to make these strategies work smoothly.
When learning someone else's difficult name, always make an effort. Ask, "Could you repeat that?" Or "How do you pronounce your name?" And repeat their name back with a questioning tone to confirm.
Remember, this is about building relationships and showing respect. Taking the time to learn someone's name correctly shows that you value them as a person.
Subscribe to English Podcast for more real English lessons every day. Give this episode a like if it helped you, and let us know in the comments what strategies work best for your name.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow with another episode.
Keep practicing and remember, real English for real life.